Hi yogis! Today I have an immunity boosting flow for you because it is cold and flu season. Even those of us with the best health practices have a tendency to get sick around this time of year because we don't have that support from the sunshine as much as we do in the warmer months, and we don't get to get out and get that clear air, that clear energy as much as we normally would, so we're kind of stuck inside in this stagnant yuckiness, and we're gonna get sick. You're gonna get run down, and your immune system starts to get suppressed. So I have a flow for you today that's gonna build a little bit of heat and kind of get out any congestion that might be stuck in your chest, your lungs, or even in your sinuses. You can build a little heat and kind of get that opened up and cleared out, and then we'll end with a few more restorative poses to kind of calm you down, center you out, get you grounded, and really get you some restoration to help support that immune system. So we will start in reclined hero pose. Now this can be really difficult for those of us with some knee issues, and like for me, sometimes I still have some residual left knee stuff that comes up, but otherwise I'm pretty open. So I'll show you a couple different modifications. So you're going to be like standing on your knees, and then you can bring a block in between your heels if you need to. You can bring 2 blocks there and just sit resting on the blocks. Or you can sink your hips all the way down, and then you want your heels to be outside of your hips so that your sit bones are grounding into the ground. And it helps sometimes to move your calves out of the way. And squeeze your knees together. Come back to the front. Squeeze your knees together and either just sit right here and let that be your opening, or start to recline yourself back as far as is comfortable. You don't want this to hurt your knees at all. And you also don't want them to be splayed out like this. It's not what we want. So keep your knees together. That means you have to be here on your elbows. Do that. And just start here. Close your eyes and take a few calming, grounding, cleansing breaths. So breathe in deep through your nose. And exhale slowly and deeply through your nose. Good. And once you've taken a few breaths like that, come back up exactly how you came out and come to a tabletop position. And then you're going to press yourself up into your downward facing dog, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale up to a flat back here, shoulders go down your back, gaze is down, and then just take a little fold here. Maybe you bend the knees, spread your feet hip bone distance, grab opposite elbows and shake side to side. Maybe you take the clasp here and open up your shoulders a little bit. Every little movement feel good to you right now. Release the forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Then we're going to take 3 rounds of Sun A just to warm up and create some heat. So you can step back to your plank and then come knees through all the way to the floor up to your cobra. Or if you're ready, go ahead and take your chaturanga. Beautiful. So we're back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward between your hands, bend your knees, and step forward between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, all the way up, rise and shine, high mountain pose. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, opposite foot goes first. And then again, take your vinyasa. And then exhale back. 2 more rounds just like that. I'm going to take the hops this time. Inhale, bend your knees, exhale. And take your little hop. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale back to the ground you go. Inhale, shine the heart, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, maybe a little hop back to chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale, look forward between your hands, bend your knees, maybe take the hop. Inhale. Exhale, float. Inhale, rise up, high mountain pose. Exhale to the ground, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, hop back. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. And then again, from your downward dog, you're gonna walk your hands back towards your feet and split your feet apart so that they're about mat width distance or maybe even wider. Your toes are going to be facing slightly in, heels slightly out. And then you're just going to breathe in, flatten your back. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, keeping your back flat. So I'll show you from the side what that looks like. You're not rounding in here, right? So it's the same as your forward fold with your feet together. You come to a flat back, press into the outer edges of your feet like you're trying to split your mat apart through the center. And then exhale, fold in, keeping your back flat. And just go as far as your spine can stay straight. Then bring your hands together at the base of your spine. Start to fold into the shoulder rinse here. And maybe you take a towel in between your hands and hold it as you fold over. And then take about 3 breaths here. Again, spreading the feet apart, releasing the head and neck. Finding some more opening through the shoulders, and then exhale, gently release the hands down. Come up halfway. Plant your right hand down in front. Always have to move around. Plant your right hand down in front. Try and keep your hips square as you open up your chest towards the left, and then maybe lift your left arm up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come back around to center. And twist open to the other side, towards the right. Few more breaths just like that. Inhale up, open towards the left. Exhale down. Inhale up towards the right, maybe twist a little deeper. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, open up towards the left. Exhale down. One more time on the right side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Step your feet together. So you're just going to heel toe your feet together so the balls of your feet are touching. Maybe your heels are a little wide apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. And then inhale, rise up to standing. Then from here, you're going to inhale your left knee up towards your chest. Flex your toes towards your face. And with both your hands out straight, you're going to take your left knee and your left hand, and your right arm can come out open. And you can just open up here. Or if you're really strong in this leg, like if your leg is straight, it's not bending, you're not clenching the ground with your toes, you can reach down and grab your big toe with your first 2 fingers. Open up your chest. Maybe the right arm comes out for stability. Really good idea here, like I have this wall so that I can grab onto it or place just 1 finger onto it as I kick my foot out. Good, try and square your hips. You're not gonna be dumping over into your right leg like this, but keep your hips square. And then if you're steady here, maybe start to open that leg up to the side. Good. Take a couple deep breaths in. And then exhale back to center. Oops, I'm gonna lose it. And then gently release the knee, arms overhead. Set the leg down. Bring your hands to your heart center. And again, you're gonna lift this knee up. This time the heel goes towards your butt. And you're gonna bend your right knee a little bit as you start to hinge your weight forward and kick your left leg back. Flex your toes towards your face. Engage the quad of the lifted leg. You can be a little bent in your right leg. You want your gaze down at the floor but forward. So not right down at your toe because you'll fall over. Square your hips and then maybe again you try the shoulder rinse here. Warrior 3 with a fun arm variation. And slowly as you exhale, bend your right knee. Come back up to standing, plant your feet down, and then fold in for a nice ragdoll forward fold. Grab opposite elbows and just let gravity lengthen out your spine from your tailbone all the way down through the crown of your head. And then we're going to take the other side. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up, high mountain pose. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, right knee comes up. Maybe you grab the knee and open up here. Maybe you reach down for the toes with your reach down for the big toe with your first 2 fingers, and then start to kick slowly into that right heel. Open up your shoulders, maybe open the arm up to the left, and then open up the leg to the right. Like I said, I have a little trouble with the left side sometimes. But if you fall out, just come back and bring the leg back around to center. Exhale, set the leg down, hands come to heart center. Bend that knee, heel comes towards your bottom. Bend your left knee as you start to hinge forward and kick the right leg back for your warrior 3. And for me, like I said, balancing on the left side is so much more difficult. But we're going to try doing the arm variation on this side. Not gonna work. So here's something that you can try if you have trouble balancing on one side. You can stay with your hands at heart center, or you can bend your knee and place that back foot on the ground or maybe onto a block, and there, take the arm variation so that most of your weight is still in your left foot or whichever foot you have trouble with, but you're still getting the full benefits of the pose. Then release, come back to standing. Inhale the arms up, exhale, fold in for a ragdoll. Take a couple deep breaths in here, and then plant your hands, step back to plank. And from here, you're just gonna come into your right hand. You're gonna roll over onto the outer edges of your right foot, and then open up the left arm for Vashisthasana on the right. And your hand can be up like this. Your feet can be staggered. Maybe you need to bend the right knee and be here. Lift your gaze up towards your left thumb and then bring the left arm up overhead to get a good stretch for that side. And just as you came in, come back over. Hinge forward, take a vinyasa. big cleansing breath in your down dog. Inhale forward to plank, and then we're going to take Vashisthasana on the left side. Nothing crazy here, just warming up into the side body. Come back around to center. One more vinyasa here. I like to make my exhales audible there on those down dogs because it helps clear out the stuff. And since we're working on, moving some congestion around, it can be really helpful to just be like, on the down dogs. Just a little tip. So from your downward facing dog, what you're going to do is either take a little hop forward or just step through and roll to your seat. So with the hop, what you're looking for is not this. Like you're not plopping yourself through, but you're pressing into your hands and you're wanting to just lift the hips up and gently set your hips back down on the floor. And then from here, what you're going to do is bring your feet out in front of you, move the flesh out of the way so that your sit bones are right on the ground and your two sit bones and your tailbone are making a little triangle like this. And then you're going to bend your right knee, and if it's available to you, bring it up as high as it'll go. So maybe for you that's just right here, and that's fine. Maybe you have to keep your leg right here on the floor, and that's totally fine too. If you're like, my hamstring is never going to get up around my arm, stay here. You can get the full benefits of the pose. I like to bring my foot up over the shoulder, so it helps me get a little bit more strength in the arms. Flex both your feet. You want both your toes pulling in towards your face, and you want your left quad fully engaged. And then your hands are going to plant down right on the outsides of both your hips and just lift up. And maybe your hips lift up and that's it. Maybe you can pull your left foot off the ground too and just hang out here for a couple breaths. Release the top foot and then start to just rock back and forth. That's like playtime. Sit yourself down and then release that foot from your shoulder. And we're going to take Marichasana twist. So you want your knee pulled in towards your chest here. Then you're going to lift your right arm up. Exhale, extend it forward. And then watch my hand here. So I'm going to twist my hand around so that it's going to push out towards the right side. And then I can bend my elbow around my knee. And take your left arm on an inhale. Exhale, reach it around the body, and maybe it can find a clasp like this with your right hand. Modification here is always just to stay reaching forward or just using the strength of this arm pressing into this leg and this leg pressing back into the arm to open up for a twist this way. I, again, like to be here because I was blessed with really long arms, so stuff like this is kind of available to me. If you've got the clasp, start to turn your head up over your left shoulder, and as you breathe in, you want to roll your left shoulder open and find more twist from here. So take a couple breaths just like that. Then exhale, release your gaze first, then your chest, then your hands. Come forward. Then keep this knee bent. You're going to bring the foot to the inside of your left thigh. And then we're going to kind of open up here. And as you inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your left arm down to rest either on your thigh or on the floor just inside your left leg. And then if you can, if you've got some opening in your right side, reach that arm up over for the toes. Open up. If you want to, you can just stay like this. But what you want to make sure of is that you're not collapsing in this way, but you're always opening the heart and opening the chest. Exhale, come back around to center. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So, again, move any flesh out of the way. Sit forward and bring your left leg to bent. Then you're going to take that foot, lift it up, and maybe lift the calf up over your shoulder. Flex into your right foot, flex into your right calf, and then maybe you press up. Maybe you lift the right foot up off the ground too. And did you see that? Like, I had to bring my hips back to lift up. So you have to find this like counterbalance there. Exhale, release it down. Then again, what you're gonna do, inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, reach it forward. Turn the hand over, press it out towards the left, and then reach that arm around. Then you can inhale the right arm up. Exhale it back around and take the clasp here. One more time, modification. Just stay here for the twist. Good. You can even bring your left hand to your right shin and use that to press open. Exhale, come back around to center. Lower that knee down. Open your legs up wide. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right arm comes down to rest on the right thigh or just inside the thigh on the floor. And then again, just ease into your opening here, however that feels to you. So if you have to just stay here, that's totally fine. It's totally okay to just be here. But again, we're opening up the chest and finding opening that way. Come back up to seated on an exhale. Bring both your feet back out in front. And we're going to take a couple of inversions here. So lower yourself down onto your back. I actually can't see if you can still see me, so I gotta check this out. There we go. Got my notes over here. Lower yourself down onto your back. And then you're going to lift your knees in towards your chest. Take a little hug here. Squeeze your forehead into your knees and then release your forehead down. And then squeeze your shoulder blades back and down underneath your back so you can press in with the whole backs of your upper arm. Lift your legs up overhead and then bring your toes towards the ground behind you. You can support your low back with your hands, and then maybe your feet don't come anywhere close to the floor. Like maybe you are here. Like this is as far as you can go. That's totally fine. But on this, you do want to keep your legs straight. Like you don't want to bend your knees. That's a different pose. But if you've got some opening, keep rolling onto the backs of the shoulders. Keep the neck long. Like I'm not tucked in like this. Keep the neck long. Press into the arms and keep reaching the hips up until your toes meet the ground. And just find some opening here. Keep pressing the shoulders into the ground, lengthening the neck. Just take a couple calming breaths here. From this position, if you're strong, you can lift one leg up and then the other. And start to walk your hands down your back. Again, pressing into the back of your head and the backs of your arms and your shoulders, not the neck. And find your way into shoulder stand. So I'm going to get you a little better angle for shoulder stand. Oops, which way should I do this? Here we go. So you can lift yourself up and start to bring your hips directly over your shoulders. Flex your toes towards your face and then extend them up. Good. And then when you're ready, you can come down one leg at a time. And then this is where you get to bend your knees on either side. Take a couple breaths here in your deaf man's pose. And then straighten your legs back out. Lower your arms all the way to the floor and start to lower your hips down to the floor as well. And then you get really cool hair. So when you're back on to the floor, it's time for the best pose of them all, Shavasana. So it's really easy, doesn't take a whole lot of explanation. But once you've reached yourself back down again, rolling the shoulders back and down, releasing the head and neck, and letting your feet splay apart. Your inner thighs get to roll up towards the sky and out. Your feet are opening up like a book and your hands are out as well in kind of a receptive gesture. And for this, since we are working on restoring and supporting, if you need to put like a rolled up blanket underneath your knees, if you want like a pillow under your head or something to go over your eyes, take that and then stay in Shavasana for at least 10 breaths, maybe 15, and think about healing. So lying in Shavasana, take 3 good breaths just to calm and center yourself. And then bring your awareness to the space just behind your sternum. So it's this ball of energy just behind your sternum. And think of that ball of energy as this healing light, this healing force. Breathe into that light. The more you breathe in, the stronger that light gets. It might be gold, maybe it's pink or red, maybe it's like an orange, or maybe it's cooling, so maybe it's a cooling green or blue color. And then as you start to exhale, send that radiant light, that healing light and energy out from your center, down through your ribs and your core and up towards your neck. And then inhale, give it a little more love. Exhale, send it out down your arms into your fingertips. Inhale, the light gets stronger. Exhale, send it down your legs all the way into your feet, the bottoms of your feet, the tips of your toes. Inhale, it goes up through your neck, your face, and all into your brain and your head. It goes around your eyeballs, in your sinuses, around your mouth. And as you feel that supportive, that clearing, healing energy running through your whole body, every inhale feeds the center. Every exhale sends more energy out into your limbs. And just imagine that healing light just flushing out your whole body of everything that's not serving you. Take a few more breaths. When you're ready, roll over to your favorite side and gently press yourself back up to seated. However is comfortable for you, and then bring your hands to your heart center. Take that energy, that clearing, healing, supportive energy that you just created, and bring it in between your hands, and then send it through your thumbs back into your sternum, so you've got this circuit going on that's never ending, never depleting. Know that you can always cultivate your own healing, your own heat, your own support whenever you need to. And all that is light and good and healthy in me honors and supports all that is light and good and healthy within each of you. Namaste.